What's up, YouTube? It's Brandon B, aka Blaze here, and it's time for another movie review. So last night I went to this new horror movie that came out called The Strangers, and it was really, really good. It was a great, excellent horror movie slash action. The Strangers, this is like a sequel called Strangers 2 Prey at Night. The first original Strangers came out all the way in 2008, which it was about this married couple, a husband and wife, that stays at like this cabin type in the woods, but there's like other houses by it, but it's out in the wilderness, and each neighbor is like miles away. So then all of a sudden these three people go and break inside the house and try to kidnap them. They torture them. Pretty much make it like a suspense thriller type movie. The main bad guys in the Stranger series is the Masked Man. Everybody calls him either like the Masked Man or Bagman. He's based off like Jason from Friday the 13th, because this type of movie is like an ode to an 80s slasher movie. Then you also have this blonde-haired girl who I think is called Dollface. And then the other girl is called Pinup Girl because she looks like one of those girls from like 1950s or 60s. So in this movie it was different. This one had to do with like a whole family instead of like a married couple. I don't know why, but every time when the strangers go and kill other people, they like to play 80s music, so I think it's like an ode to 80s. There's a lot of good 80s songs. I would give that to them. But it was really, really good. It was about a family. Turns out, I guess their aunt uncle works at this mobile home park, or the owners of it, and then all of a sudden the strangers come in, torture them, kill them. So then the family decides to go up to see them, and turns out everybody in the trailer park is either dead or they just left. So turns out they're trying to think about where their aunt and uncle is. But then all of a sudden they get tortured and they get a run-in with the strangers. It was a really, really good movie. I hope there's going to be a third one. There was a lot of action, a lot of different scenes. A lot of the killings was a lot different than what you see in other movies. Like one person gets killed, like they had guns, so one person gets killed by like a gun. One person gets killed in like a car crash. Another person gets killed just like in a bathroom with a knife. But overall, it was a really, really great movie. So you guys should all check out The Strangers. A little bit more about it is about the husband and wife have the two kids. This one girl got into a lot of trouble. She's going to boarding school, so that's why they decided to stop at their aunt and uncle's house before it was on the way to boarding school. The kid is like a jock in high school. He's like an all-star baseball player. He's actually one of the good guys in the series. Now it's time for some spoilers. I'm going to spoil it for you guys. I'm sorry about that, but I do sometimes like to give spoilers. So the husband, or the dad and the mom, they both die in it. The mom dies from the bathroom getting stabbed with a knife. The dad dies in a car crash, but then he gets his throat slit. The girl, she gets stabbed a lot. She gets her hands cut up. She gets into a car crash, but she actually makes it alive. The kid, the son in it, he actually gets stabbed a whole bunch and he's put inside the hospital, but he does make it alive, but he's in a coma. All of the strangers have died in this movie. Like one of the girls got stabbed a million times by the son while they were at the pool. The other girl, she got shot by a shotgun, by a police shotgun, which was pretty weird. And then the girl was asking the girl why, like, they go and do their killings, and the girl said, "Why not?" You do see them take off their masks in this movie. Only one of them. One of them tries to get their mask taken off, but hides it really well. But one of the girls you do see, she's this blonde girl, looks like about a teenager. She takes off her mask, so you see her face. In the first Strangers movie, they keep their mask on, and you don't see who they are underneath. The guy that's the masked man, he actually gets kind of like blown up in a car, but then he makes it alive, and he has like a big stomach injury. But then the girl pulls out a baseball bat and whacks him in the head with it. But what I think is going to be happening, I think they are going to be making a Strangers 3. Either the Strangers 3 is either going to be like a pre-sequel, kind of like how the Strangers came to be and how they all met and who they really are and their life before all the killings. That's what I think, and I hope that's the way that they should take it. The other part of the third one that I think it should be is like, at the end of the second one, it does leave it with a cliffhanger. You do see the girl and the guy in the hospital, and then the girl starts hearing knocks on the door, doesn't know who it is. There's no one else in the hospital. All the doctors went home. So she thinks that this guy came after her for revenge, for just leaving him kind of dead, but you guys know that he's alive. Or pretty much another reason why it's going to be like a cliffhanger is because this one girl gets freaked out by a Jack in the Box, and she starts hearing those noises outside the door. So pretty much, I think these are actually real humans, though. A lot of people in other movie reviews for The Strangers 2, Pray at Night, said that these could be like supernatural beings, because I don't know, the girl that messed with the teenage girl about with the Jack in the Box. I mean, she did get shot a lot, but I don't know, because the guy wasn't there, and how would he know about the Jack in the Box? That's the only thing. But he does start knocking on the door. You don't see who's behind the door because they're probably going to pick it up right in the third one, or it could be the pre-sequel, like I said. The action in this movie was really good. There was a lot of chasing, a lot of running around, cars blowing up. There was a lot of different killings in it. The scenery was beautiful. It felt like I was watching an 80s movie like Friday the 13th. It's pretty similar. The music, I have to give the music an A+ because I'm starting to become a fan of 80s music. It was kind of a little bit slow at some points. My only downfall to this movie, besides it being slow at some points, is that they should have done more with The Strangers, and I wish they would have taken off the mask off the other two. Another reason why it was like my downfall is that it was way too short. This movie was actually only an hour and like 10 to 15, 20 minutes, which is pretty short for like a horror movie, because I wish they had more times. Plus, it's been about, I don't know, 10 to 8 years since the first movie, so they could have done a lot more. I'm going to have to give this movie a 7 out of 10, only because it was too short. It felt short at some points. Some of the action sequences in it I have seen before in like movies like Saw or Final Destination or other horror movies, so I wish they would have been more original. But overall, it was a good film. It was okay. It wasn't that bad. I didn't feel like I had to like leave because it was so boring or anything. I actually did get my money's worth. So please keep on watching. Please subscribe and go see The Strangers 2, Pray at Night. And peace. Keep on watching. Please subscribe. Thank you.